know what I mean? My opinion on it is a different story. But my view on it, as far as a personal stand, is coming from a personal issue that happened when I was 7 years old. The police, the direct force that works for the government, murdered my father when I was 7 years old and destroyed my whole life. Nothing's been the same since. I grew up to be a decent person, I guess, considering the fact that I'm not out killing people. I'm not a serial killer of some type, and I don't take it out on other people like I used to. I had to learn that though. When the law didn't teach it to me, the government didn't teach it to me, people out in the streets taught it to me. I learned it through experience from God. You know what I mean? I'm homeless because I refuse to work for this government. I refuse to work for anybody besides myself or a private company such as yourself. If you got a company, I'll work for you. You know what I mean? But this government, never. I want to see this government crumble. I really do. Because God can take care of us all better than the government take care of anybody, including the people because they only take care of their own. They don't take care of everybody. They look at everybody else as a problem to be solved, not people.
I lost my father when I was 4 from heart issue, but I know what's growing up with no father is, and I want to say I'm sorry for your loss, man.
Oh, don't be sorry. I appreciate that though, because I've learned not to be sorry myself. And that's what the streets has taught me, how to be more efficient. It's given me an understanding. Coming to California, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Coming to California has been one of the biggest experiences of my life. You know what I mean? Besides that tragic. You know what I mean? It's been one of the biggest healing aspects of my life that I've ever had. You know what I mean? Because learning to live and survive out in the streets has given me something to hold on to besides my thoughts. That's why I get high. You know what I mean? Because if I don't, I'm in a sober mood, and I'm constantly thinking serious. I'm a very serious thinker. I'm very analytical. You know what I mean? And I think about, I'm controlled by my emotions. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, so when they get to a certain height in my life, it becomes overwhelming, and I lose control to it. I stop thinking correctly and everything. You know what I mean? And my emotions completely take over. That's why it's a rampage, because it's usually violent. You know what I mean? When I grew up, I was raised violent. And violence, man, kids jump me on a regular basis at school. You know what I mean? On the streets. You know what I mean? It's nothing. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's a part of my life I haven't let go of. You know what I mean? It's a part of my life I set to the side, but it's still a part of me. You know what I mean? When I get upset, you can see, you know what I mean, that it's a different me. I'm a cool person, you know what I mean? But see, when my temper flip, it's like I become somebody completely different. This is a friend of mine right here.
Summon.
He doing an interview for the homeless, bro. But yeah, I think a lot of the things that,
You hungry?
hold on, I'm in the middle of the interview.
Yeah, I see it.
But you good. You know what I mean? I am. You hungry? Want something to eat? You like something to eat, G?
I mean, I'll eat something if there is. But let me ask.
What you get? I'm listening.
Can I have you on video, please?
No.
Okay.
We can finish it after we finish it.
Okay, yes, thank you.
That'd be cool.
Rolling. So we got some gifts here by a very nice friend here. Coffee.
Yeah. A friend of mine brought some grub through because I was hungry.
Almond milk. A lot of goodies here.
Ice cream.
Ice cream was good. And then
Sandwiches.
ice cream is gone already, right?
Yeah, it's all gone.
It's melted.
It was good.
What's your what's your cigarette composed of? Big one.
Weed.
What's
Good
your
weed. Ganja.
I like how it made you smile instantly.
Yes, indeed.
What's your opinion about it?
Oh man, help me keep me calm. You know what I mean? I got a real bad temper. Real bad temper. And it keeps me calm for the most part. Keep my head on level. Otherwise, I'll be sober and out of sorts. You know what I mean? When I start off frustrated, it's bad because it's easy for anything to go from frustration to anger. You know what I mean? So I have to look at signs and triggers. You know what I mean? Almost similar to drugs. You know what I mean? Like they do drugs, but it's more of it's the emotional thing. It's things that trigger my thinking. You know what I mean? If I think about the wrong thing, it'll put me in the wrong mood. You know what I mean?
All you need is a sparkle for the fire. Got fire in your heart?
And my spirit. Let me see all I want from.
Sir, what's your name and where are you from?
My name Doug. They call me Rampage. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Yep. I've been out here in California since 2003. Now, I came out here with a job called Urban Development Solutions. I lost that job in 2004. And they forcing me to have ID now to get money from unemployment that they owe me.
You don't want to get it?
I do want to get it. But see, it's taken me 4.5 years to get my ID. They only told me I needed to have an address at first. But the person address that I used ran off with my money. They sent me a $12,000 check. And the dude ran off with it 4.5 years ago. So they're making me have 2 forms of ID now just to get my money. So here I am just now getting my birth certificate again. You know what I mean? Which I still gotta have help. I have to pay for it online. You know what I mean? Once that's all I got left to do though, is pay for it online and get it sent somewhere. You know what I mean? And then I'll be able to access my money. But 4.5 years long, man. And then this weight, I've been broke out here in the streets. I had enough money and unemployment alone just to get off the streets. You know what I mean? I'm HIV positive. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, they ain't show me no kind of, that's another thing I mean by the government. They don't really concern themselves with the ins and outs of the street, people who living in the streets doing without. They don't concern themselves with it. If they did, if they looked at it differently, people look at it like, oh, I don't want to be in that position. But they don't look at it like, what if I was in that position though? If I was in that position, how would I want people to treat me? People don't look at it like that. You know what I mean? That's the way that you gotta look at it. You know what I mean? You gotta look at it from a standpoint that says, if I had to live through this, what would I want people to be like towards me? And for me, it helps. I apply that to every aspect of life. When I'm dealing with people, how would I want somebody to deal with me concerning this issue? You know what I mean? And it helps a lot. I mean, I automatically extend respect to people, and I consider them in my decision making. You know what I mean? I don't just, you know what I mean, make my decisions based off of my own considerations, my own self. You know what I mean? There's other people come into play, because other people live here too, out here too. You know what I mean? And the more people consider other people and their space and give them their individualism, the less problems we'll have. You know what I mean? In the streets, we learning that the hard way. You know what I mean? Because in the streets, in the community, homeless communities, you gotta respect other people's space. You can get your ass whooped for stealing people's shit, putting your hands on something that don't belong to you, not respecting another person's space. You know what I mean? It's a learning experience, big time.
Big time.
Yeah. You know, something I couldn't have learned. I don't think I'd be who I am if it wasn't for my experience as homeless. You know what I mean? Because it's made me a stronger person, a harder person, but a stronger one, more insightful. You know what I mean? I'm able to see things from a completely different view. You know what I mean? I used to have, money ain't nothing for real. You know, I had money when I was young. You know, hey, do me a favor, you know? Hey, toss me that torch out here, or one of them lighters in there.
The torch, I got.
It's another lighter in there too. 2 other lighters in there.
Yeah.
Just toss it out.
I got another lighter, huh?
I'll get it. Is the dog gonna allow me to get the lighter? Is right next to his nose. What's his name?
Kochek.
Koche.
C-O-Check.
See what check. Can I please get that lighter, please? This right next to you, baby. Can I get it? I don't do.
Go ahead, get it.
And that lighter is the green one up there too.
I'm just gonna get this, okay? Hi, baby. What's up? What's
Be
up?
good, boy.
Good boy.
Be
Good boy.
Coach A.
Get in this too, okay? And get in this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good boy, Coach A. Good boy, man.
How do people? What is the people's attitude, and what do you think? How do you think it should be? Like, what's your opinion on that?
I think their attitude is a little bit less than less than professional, less than humane, because they're not they're not concerned with what we going through out here, just that we out here. They only care about the fact that we out here, and to them, there's no reason for it, even though there obviously is a reason for it. You know what I mean? Many reasons for it. And you know what I mean? Mainly is because society don't want to accept the fact that either we can't work, don't want to work. Because we don't want to work, they feel like, I mean, that's only something that they came up with. You know what I mean? Work? Come on, man. Okay, so what is it really going to do for me? Work. It ain't going to do nothing for me. You going to do something for me. You know what I mean? So if I work, you're going to provide for me so that I can eat. That's not us. That's not us making our own way by doing what we choose to make money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We got to work according to what you say. You know what I mean? All right. If we don't work according to what you say, then it should work for all of us. All of us. Obviously, it don't work for the homeless population. You know what I mean? Because if it did, we wouldn't be homeless. You know? They gave up on us, kicked us out on the curb, and now they blaming us for being out here.
There's so much broken glass on the streets. Like, how is the way to put it back together and lift it up?
By one person, each person doing the same thing. When you see somebody doing something like that, breaking glass, hold them accountable on the spot. Just like thievery. Motherfuckers stealing, putting their hands on shit. Even though it ain't your house, you see somebody in your neighbor's shit, get on their head. Stop the thief. Period. You got to concern yourself with other people more than just yourself. You got to be able to look outside of yourself and find a way to assist somebody rather than make somebody.
Dog, what I try to say by that is people are like broken glasses. I'm saying, how do we put the glasses back together and lift it up? Like, how do we uplift people back?
By accepting people in the position that they're in and bringing them in versus isolate them. You know? Show a concern. You know? Even if it's just seeing something that you don't agree with and allowing it to be without interference. If you don't have anything positive to offer, to put in, don't put in nothing. It's just like if you don't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing.
So I'm being passing through. I'm living in New York and I'm going back in a week, but I'm kind of undercover homeless. So if you could tell me some tips for a beginner.
Okay. All you got to do is it's a bunch of, like, downtown is real popular for homeless resource. Housing, fucking medication, benefits, all kinds of things just because you're homeless. You know what I mean? Especially especially if you've been to jail. You know what I mean? They offer a lot. But you can go to the nearest GR building, General Relief Building, DPSS, and they'll put you on emergency food stamps. They'll give you 200 food stamps and $200 cash, as long as you don't have any drug cases. You know what I mean? So far, GR is like the fastest thing I can tell you to get because they give it to you free in the same day that you apply. You can apply online too. You can go online on your phone and apply for it, and go pick your card up at the office or have it mailed somewhere. But for a homeless person, it's essential. You know what I mean? Because you got to eat. Other than that, I say is get you a tent because that's the only privacy you'll get. And you know, everybody needs their privacy.
Yes, they do.
You know? But that's the only privacy you'll get. And keep in mind that when you're putting your tent up, you want to be mindful of not being blocking exits. You know what I mean? Where people come in and out doors, driveways, garages, you know what I mean? Parking lots. You know, you don't want to block no kind of passage for traffic. That's the number one problem they have. On the street, the sidewalks, you want to leave enough room for a wheelchair to pass your tent.
Nice.
If a wheelchair can't get past, then you're gonna have a problem. You know? Keeping it clean is real essential. Wherever you at. Always. If you just sit down for a moment somewhere, clean up behind yourself. You know what I mean? The more cleaner you are, the more you'll be allowed to be wherever you at. You know what I mean? Even though it's not.
Yeah, just be clean because you need to be clean for the herd.
I hear
That's what.
I hear Alabama.
Yeah. Hey, what you saying in there?
I said being clean is just being, you do that for yourself, not for the people.
Right, but see, it's more than just yourself now.
If you do it for yourself, you're doing it for everybody around you.
Yeah, eventually it turns out like that, yeah. But some people don't think according to that for themselves.
You got to start with self.
That's very true. I agree. You're saying you got to start with yourself. And that's with a lot of the issues that's plaguing, the streets, society. That's the same concept that needs to be applied to that issue, those issues too. You know what I mean? Start with yourself instead of pointing the finger and looking at everybody else. Start with self. And when you start it with self, each person will improve. And that's how it spreads. Be the example. Be the example. Lead by example.
Any safety tips?
Oh yeah. Always keep something for yourself. Hey, pass me my blade out there, bro.
No, it's okay.
Did you see my blade?
I don't want to put it on video though.
Oh, okay. But I keep protection because the law don't protect me from nothing but the bullshit they own and they own word, they own thing. They don't protect me from nothing. But that can plague me. I still have the problem. The people that help me is the people out in the street. The people that live in the street and the people that don't. But they both on the other side of the law. Every time the law see me, the only thing they concerned about is what I'm doing wrong. If I'm doing something wrong, they automatically put me on the bad side. They're not concerned with seeing me succeed. They just want me to do whatever I'm doing the way they want me to do it. Or it's the highway. I don't see that as something that you want to, I don't see that as anything that can help the people. You know what I mean? That you're supposed to be protecting and serving. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Each individual should look out for himself and do the correct thing according to self so that everybody else can see how it's done.
You say 4.5 years so far? Have you had the instances, like safety instances, where your life was in danger? Have you had the?
Oh yeah, a few of them, quite a few. And the police were nowhere to be found. God was, but they weren't. And if they did show up, it was afterwards. Like I got into a car accident. A motherfucker ran me over on purpose. It was a hit and run. You know, I was on my bike going past, and a man gave me the right of way. You know what I mean? He was in an SUV, and as soon as I got to the front of his truck to go past, he gassed it, ran me completely over. You know what I mean? I didn't know it until afterwards, but they ran my head over. You know what I mean? That's why I got a shattered face. You know what I mean? But the police didn't do nothing. They wouldn't even release the records, the camera records, so they could see and catch the person. Because I didn't see the license plate. I was obviously out. You know what I mean? I woke up, I remember contact, and then I remember waking up in the middle of the street. And then I passed out again after dragging my bike to the curb, to the sidewalk. I passed out again, wake up in the hospital. I didn't see nothing. I saw the color of the vehicle, and who was behind the wheel. That was all I saw. I didn't look at the license plate. You know, when I got hit, the police didn't want to release the records for the cameras that was on the street.
Was it? May I ask the driver? Was it who was the driver?
It was a Paisa, a Mexican guy, a Paisa.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't know him, you know, but it was deliberate, that's for sure.
What's up with the love between black men and Mexican men?
Hmm?
What's with the relationship between them, not Mexican, like let's say Spanish?
I'm gonna say what it should be, because I don't believe in the part that it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It shouldn't be no problem between them. Shouldn't be no difference. Where I come from, it ain't no such thing as a racial politics. That's here in California. And California is duped by it. You know what I mean? Because it's a man-made thing. The law came up with that shit to control population.
What's the law? What's the trick? What's the game plan?
They try to turn us against each other so they can control us. The only place you go in where politics is promoted is in jail. They don't promote that out here in the street. So that's got to be where it came from. Because the only place that's going to uphold it are the people it benefit. It benefits the law and the enforcers of it. It don't benefit us. It don't benefit nobody in the street. It don't benefit not one family. You know? Because we're supposed to be looking at each other as if we were looking at ourselves.
Let me pause it for a minute.
Yep.
That one more time? No, I got it.
Nobody has the right to go against anybody because of the color of their skin. Because God made us all. And can't nobody jump out of the pussy and say that they want to change the color of their skin. So if you don't got the power to change the color of your skin, how you got the power to be mad at the next person about his? What's the point? God had to make it for a better reason, not a worse.
How about Michael Jackson?
Same thing. Michael Jackson was confused, like a lot of people. Confused about what they are, what they want to be, and what they're not. You know what I mean?
What do you think about Africa and Africans?
I think it's a rich place. I think it's a very strong, rich place spiritually. Not just for blacks, but for anybody spiritual. And really want to understand the truth of where we come from.
What's the truth? Where do you think where we come from?
Me personally,
Yes, sir.
I don't have a truth on that because only God knows. I let the truth be as far as I know. And that's as far as I've been born. You know what I mean? I let my life be, you know, my greatest lesson as to what was and what wasn't in the past. Because of what I'm capable of and able to do and what I'm able to deal with according to the way life is and society tells me more about history than any school had. You know what I mean? We had to be strong no matter where we came from. I'm Blackfoot Indian and black. So the natives had to be strong too. And at some point in time, strong people had to meet strong people. Because strength is outside the color of the skin. It don't come from the skin color. That don't make you strong.
It's
You know
from
what I
the
mean?
size of the bullet?
You feel me? I'm gonna tell you the truth. The strength comes from the spirit.
Oh, okay.
Strength comes from the spirit. And the more you tap into your spirit, the closer to a truth you'll come. This is my understanding, my belief. You know, so the truth for me is everybody should be according to what they are versus according to what other people see. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. It makes.
Because other people's sight of you shouldn't hold no water at all. Just like a person looking to see another person, he shouldn't have no qualms. That's why we can't judge, because that's a form of judgment. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to judge nobody. You don't got the right nor the power. If anything, you should judge yourself so that you'll know not to judge other people. That's what I do. I hold myself up to a real high standard, and I fail all the time because I know I'm less than. You know what I mean? So that being true, how can I look at you and say anything? You know?
The truth is so hard to accept. It burns. It's both good and bad.
It can be, that for sure. It definitely can be.
What's your relationship with God, sir?
Oh man, the best that there can be. That's the only thing keeping me alive. The only reason why I'm breathing. Especially, only reason why I'm in the same mind. Only reason why I'm able to stay calm. Because without him, I ain't no telling what I would be. I'm sure I would be outside of all of the things that I am. You know? I used to be a much worse person. Much different. Let's just say that. Not worse, because I wasn't a bad person even then. However, I was doing bad things. And I was doing them with enthusiasm, like I do good things now. You know, today, I'm more cordial than I've ever been in my life. But that same energy used to be negative. And it used to be a different walk. You know what I mean? So I wasn't always a good person to see coming. Or a person you want to seek out and find again after meeting. If you perchance left me, you know, from one of my meetings, you know, probably 9 times out of 10, you probably wouldn't want to see me again. If you did, it'd probably be because I owe you something, or you know, you want to hurt me for some reason, because I left people with that type of thought, if I left them at all, with anything, you know. And that's kind of a life I plan to stay away from, you know. And with God, and my spirituality with God, He's what allows me to remain this versus what I was. Because I still got the same reasons, you know. Society attacked me, and they murdered my father.
How?
Through the police.
How? Can you tell us the story, please?
Yeah, the police hired 3 men, black as me, to kill my father. And they wandered into a house party, followed him into the bathroom when he went to go piss, and stabbed him 36 times in his upper torso on behalf of the police, because they couldn't do it.
How did you make the link? Did any investigation?
I found out a lot of things. I was only 7 then.
Yes, sir.
I found out a lot of things from my family and friends. Nothing from the police,
Yeah.
of course. Only thing I get from them is a letter in the mail, because one of the assailants survived. My father killed 2 of them before they killed him. You know what I mean? And the one that survived, still in jail to this day as far as I know. And the law always write me a letter asking should they let him go, and call over so often and ask if they want me to let him go. And I never return their calls, I never answer their calls, and I never return their letters. Because it's not my problem. You got them locked up, not me. But the law decided they wanted to kill my father. And I've come to understand the reasons why, more so than the fact that they was responsible. Because they was responsible because back home, we war against the law. We don't war against the races. We put the race issue down, and we're able to live with each other now. We protect each other now, no matter where you go. And that's the way it needs to be, because the government don't have everybody's good will at heart. Everybody ain't got everybody's, well-being at heart, man.
We don't like the competition. I'm sorry, sir.
Hmm?
We don't like the competition. The whole thing started with the school thing. No education. If we get education, we get competition.
Right. Well, I don't have education, per se. However, I'm capable and about to open my own business today. shortly.
Yes.
You know, it's only a matter of time. But education didn't give me that dime. Experience did. God gave me that. What they don't teach in the schools, life will teach you. Experience can teach you the same things that you learned in school,
Yes.
but better. Experience always the best teacher, because it'll teach you about even the history. If you pay attention to today, what is and what is not, according to the natural things and all the other things outside of it, because you're supposed to keep it simple. You're supposed to stay as close to the way God put you here as possible. But we've come a long ways away from that now, haven't we? The first thing we did when God put us here, asshole naked, mind you, touching the bare earth, mind you, is make shoes and concrete, sidewalks, cars, clothes. That's the first thing we did, was block ourselves from the natural power that he gave us. If the trees give us oxygen, what do you think the rest of the earth does? Can you imagine? If the trees allow us to breathe, what do you think the rest of the earth will allow us to do?
Everything else.
If we stay in natural contact with it, like we naturally breathe.
Can I tell you what? We could travel to the black hole and back, and come back by lunchtime.
I'm sure we can do
Spiritual.
even more than that. Even more than that. I would agree. For sure. There's no limit, I'm guaranteeing you, to the power that God gave us, because we just like him. We were really made in his image. The best creation he could make would be the one that mimics him, right? Perfect.
Alpha and Omega.
That part. We in between. The best of the both worlds. Because he is the one and the only. Alpha and the Omega. We the only thing in between. So we got everything in between him and him, per se. That's why we put here to dominate, because it ain't nothing out here that can evolve and remain at the top of the food chain. Even though we ain't at the top of the food chain no more, we can jump in the ocean and become a lower part of the food chain. We can go in the jungle and become a lower part of the food chain. However, our mental wit and understanding excel even above the food chain, which puts us automatically back to the top, even in the ocean, because we can adapt where other creatures can't. They got to live the way they live, and that's it. We can adapt. We can evolve at a high rate, meaning naturally, we faster than everything else in survival, because that's what it's about. Evolution is survival, a form of survival, a form that you don't have to, put any effort into, because you're going to evolve one way or the other, or you will be extinct. One of the two.
Can I please make an argument back? They say you need evolution, and I want to make an argument back to the education, because, for example, yes, you have experience, but if our education, like, we wouldn't learn to make those poles, those cables, like this coffee thing,
Sure.
and we need to learn to make more things to survive in this concrete job.
We only need to make those things to remain in a convenient world. Convenient. The more of this you let go of, the better off you'll be when it comes in time. Trust me. When it comes time, won't none of this matter. Because we built this. This ain't what God gave us. This is what God allowed us. And he allowed us to remain separating ourselves and forgetting how to tap into our natural selves, which is our spirit.
When was the change that happened when you had a connection with God?
Hmm?
I have that. When was the change in your life that happened that you had that connection with God that you have now? When did you have, and how did it happen?
And a series of losses, for one. You know what I mean? First, my father and then my mother, and then my aunties. And when I came to California, my grandparents. It was some losses. They whittled me down to a simmer because it's all boiled. The loss, the pain, all the hurt turns into a rage. Excuse me. It turns into a rage for me, but that became a simmer. You know what I mean? It's a rage that's now a simmer because it's always there, ready to boil over. And if I feed it by being in the wrong frame of mind and allowing myself to go through, to go feel the wrong way about stuff, you know what I mean? I can easily become susceptible to it. And it'll boil over. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But this is something that the law created, the government, by creating a dysfunctional family, by murdering the father of a child that they didn't take the responsibility for as much as they tried to take over. They tried to control me more than they ever tried to raise me. You know. So as far as I'm concerned, it happened around the time when I found out the girl I was with had abortions and told me they was miscarriages. That was around the time. I was like 22. You know what I mean? I got in California, came to California when I was 23. And it was for a company. I was working. Door-to-door sales. So I say I was around 23. About the time I came to California. It was about that time when change started.
How did it start?
By me being determined to not do the same shit that I was doing. The way I was doing it. Because I was hurting a lot of people. You know what I mean? I was hurting a lot of people. And I was rationalizing it. But I was really reacting to my emotions. I was reacting. I was dealing with them the best way I could. Because everything stopped making sense when I killed my pops. Everything. Everything stopped making sense.
Have you prayed?
I pray all the time.
Have you seen anything that will other people call you crazy for?
Have I done?
Have you seen while you prayed or in between, have you seen any kind of divine things, any things that you have seen?
Any visions? No.
No, yeah, anything.
No visions. Just some enlightenments.
How is the light coming to you, like?
Mainly through people. My testimony is it's for everybody. It's more so for other people. What I went through in my life more so helps other people than it will ever help me. But the opportunity that God's given me is the opportunity to take the pain that I've suffered through, and that's quite a bit, you know, quite a bit. But He's given me the opportunity to take it and turn it into a power of joy. And I'm working my way to it. I don't know how exactly it's gonna happen, but I can only see that that's the case because God wouldn't have it any other way. He wouldn't have me go through anything hard or untoward if He wasn't going to make good out of it. He never would.
He loves you. You are His child.
Obviously, you feel me?
Yes.
So Him knowing that, me knowing that, tells me that though I've suffered through a lot, that suffering in itself is going to strengthen me, and already has, enough for people to see that even though I went through that and all these things, I'm still strong. And even HIV can't hold me, because the power of God is greater than everything else, no matter what it is, especially me. And the more I humble myself and be obedient to his precepts, his way, to the best of my ability. I ain't got to be perfect, because there ain't no such thing outside of God. I just got to do it to the best of my ability. Mine, not yours. Mine. You do it to the best of your ability, and you right too. As long as I do that though, I'll be good in all of my endeavors. No weapon formed against me will prosper. And this I know. I know this because this was one of the enlightenments. You know what I mean? I've come across, I've received numerous jewels, numerous spiritual guidance from people that God sent me as guides. You know, I believe that I'm created to play a real important part in humanity's survival. And I mean survival as a whole, not as one race, as a whole. One race for sure, but one race under God, not one race in the flesh. I believe that I'm here to battle against that which holds us from being free to do that. Meaning, spiritually, that's Satan. I believe I was put here to destroy him and his hold on humanity. Just like Jesus did, but in a completely different manner. I think I'm here to lead people into doing it for themselves.
He say, I am the light of the world.
Nah, I doubt if I'm the light. I'm a very bright spot, though, believe for sure. And I do carry the light with me everywhere I go. I'm ordained and anointed. I have a spiritual calling. That's on behalf of other people. I was born on 9/11, 79, for a reason.
Lead us, Grandpa, lead us. Lead us to greatness. Tell me one thing, please, Grandpa. How old are you?
I'm 46.
46. How old is your spirit?
Ain't no telling, probably 3 times that number.
I have a question. How do we do rock hopping and star hopping? Rock hopping from this rock to the moon, and then star hopping from this sun system to another one.
You gotta get back and you gotta get closer in touch with your spirit. And you gotta keep things as close to the way we were when we was first put here as you can. I mean, as literally and as figuratively as you can. And you gotta let go of a lot of this crap that we've already built to hold on to, depend on. This shit we don't have to have. You know what I mean? It's shit that we want. Because God gave us what we had to have. We just happen to want more.
Like for example, banana holders. We don't need something to hold a banana. You know banana holders?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's just how inconvenient, that's just how dependent and lazy, basically, the humanity has gotten. I mean, it's a small convenience, but people put so much on it, so much value in it. Value in the wrong shit.
Sir, how do you pray?
In any way, shape, form, or fashion to take.
Which are?
I just stop paying attention to everything else and start paying attention to God.
Do you voice any prayers? Do you sing any prayers?
Yep, all the time. The Lord's Prayer, my most powerful weapon in my arsenal. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, but forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And that covers all the ground for me. You know, the most powerful weapon I got in my arsenal I can see, besides my faith.
When I pray, I start the same prayer, but I do it in my language. Tatăl nostru, care le ești în ceruri, sfințească-se numele Tău, vie împărăția Ta, facă-se voia Ta, precum în ceruri, așa și pe pământ. Pâinea noastră, cea de toate zilele, dă-ne-o nouă astăzi și ne iartă nouă greșalele noastre, precum și noi iertăm greșiților noștri, și nu ne duce pre noi în ispită, și ne izbăvește de cel viclean. Că a Ta e împărăția și puterea și slava în vecii vecilor. Amin.
Amen.
Amin.
I like that. What language is that?
It's Romania.
Romanian. Okay. I do the Arabic one, the Islamic one. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki al-Madin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amin. Amin.
The second one I do is La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Mam Sharafal Aburi Jalullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. And I take my time going 100 times.
Oh, okay. Have you read the whole Bible before?
No, sir, I'm way behind. I'm way
Me too.
behind.
Me too.
And I want to read everything. I want to embrace the whole planet. Whatever it has to offer, I want to read all the books. I want to talk to all the people. I want to know everything.
Talking to the people better than reading the book.
Yes.
You know that?
Yes. Because the shit that is real is not, is not pretty for the books.
Right. You feel me? And once you get out the books, ain't gonna always be the right thing. You know what I mean? You got a better chance of getting the truth out of a person face to face, you know, than you do out of a book. No matter what kind of book it is, the Bible included.
May I include also you need more opinion on the same topic, because even the truth that a person tells you is still skewed a little, but then you ask more people and then you find where they touch.
Yeah, and your intuition and your discernment come in play then. You can't use your intuition and your discernment on a book. You can on a person. Your intuition will tell you a lot when you face to face with somebody getting information from them versus not.
Any other way you pray?
Oh man, that's it.
I have
On
another
my
one.
knees, standing up. I just pray in any way I can. I just pray.
I just acquired a new one 2 weeks ago. I went to the Diwali, the Festival of Light, Hindu.
I heard about
They
that.
go Sitara, oh, Sitara, and just keeps repeating Sitara, Sitara. You know, it's about the vibration where you get
Right,
into it.
chant.
Yes.
Yeah. It's another one to do a chant too that I was learning. I forgot. It's, hey, how it go? I had to think about it. I forgot. It's a couple of chants that are real powerful, real strong. You know what I mean?
I know that in between our recordings, you told me you like to write.
Yeah, I do. I write and recite poetry. Yeah.
Would you please share us a few?
Yeah, I can share one or two. I got one that's titled Forever. And it goes, I never realized how difficult it would be to put into words the overwhelming effect you have on me. Every whispered word delves deep within my soul, telling me without a shadow of a doubt it's your existence that makes me whole. For I've never wanted this deep in my life, to be a part of something so innocent, pure. For you've affected me to desperation to grant your every wish. And for that desperation, there is no cure. I sometimes lose myself when I gaze into your eyes, encountering truths held there that I've yet to define. For every smile we've shared is crystal clear in my mind and shall always forever be my inspiration until the end of time. Forever shall you be a part of me, mind, body, and soul. And to grant your every wish, fantasy, and desire is my everlasting goal. For no matter what happens in this world, my love will always be here for you. For love is a blessing given to many, yet deserved by few. So thank you for being who you are, for whatever your reason is. For you're the woman I've come to love, and I pray shall mother my kids forever. I wrote that for a friend of mine, for his anniversary, in fact. We was locked up, and he wanted to apologize to his wife for missing their anniversary and being locked up. And he wanted a poem. So I wrote that poem based off of what he told me. This next poem, if you want me to recite another one,
I'm listening.
it's titled No, that's K-N-O-W. And he goes, no, it's you that I need. For I was bound by a life that got out of control. But it was your love that set me free. Of all the things in this world of which to be afraid, it's losing you that I fear. For there are many things in this world I can do without, yet I can't breathe without you near. There's no one in this world that... See what I mean? That's what I mean by people. There's no one in this world that can take your place. For truly, you're one of a kind. For you're the only woman I've ever known that can smile and blow my mind. That's why everything about you makes it so easy to see that the very essence of your being defines my reason to be. So don't deny yourself a love that goes beyond belief. A love that creates levels of ecstasy so intense that it makes the soul beat. For I was blessed to find in a world of chaos, evil, and lies, a woman who was truly an angel and a living answer to all my whys.
That's your way. That's the way that God works through you. He's gonna put this on paper. People are gonna be enlightened.
I think that's true. I really do. Because I've written a lot of stuff for a lot of people, and I don't know. I don't know. It was for them. You know what I mean? Because it was nothing I could relate only in an abstract way, you know, because I'm a human being, but that's as close as it got. Everything else was a spiritual touch. And hey, it ain't me, but it's coming through me. So yeah, I guess you could say that. He used my poetry to reach out to people. And now I have to get more serious about it because my words are starting to become heavier. I'm tired of talking, just like I'm cried out. And I really believe that I'm here for a reason. And even though it might not be to save nobody, but it'll definitely be to take people out from under the thumb of the people who killed my father and everybody who support him. That's from the law enforcement all the way up. The only ones that get exclusion is the military, because they fight for us all. Everybody else will be privy to this punishment.
Our Father, who art in heaven, may thy
Hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
It's right here. It's right here.
It
Just stop
is.
for a minute.
Yeah.
9/11 happened. Never forget, never forgive. Am I right?
Never forget for sure.
Yeah, never forget, but it's never forget, never forgive.
You always forgive.
I can forgive.
But if you forgive, you get so liberated. I
I can't forget,
You can't forget. It's part
but
of
I
you.
can't forgive.
Imagine if he loves them too. Like they made their mistake. They're coming back up. They're gonna answer for it. It's the instance.
That's a part of the reason why I'm here too. Because I have to be a voice for everybody that didn't get to say goodbye. I have to be a conduit, a doorway for everybody that here on this side that didn't get to say goodbye. That's another big reason to show people that this government isn't for us what they want us to think. Because if they were, all those people who got up that morning and left their families behind didn't get the chance to tell them the truth that they know now. The one that only an instant did they have to tell, gone forever. It's something that needed to be said. All of those people, they deserve to say something first. They got up like mechanics, like robots, to go do a job for a government that didn't give a fuck about them. And all of the people who lost somebody, they should be angry. They should be aware. They should be enlightened. And again, there go my part. To bring the truth. Man, do so with the hand of God. Because in one man, with God at my back, I am an army. All by myself.
One man orchestra, one man army, one man.
Trust and believe. Because I won't take nobody against the law. Because they killers. Anybody go against them, they gonna die. Period.
Well, may I ask you, Grandpa? Aren't we all one? Isn't them us? Aren't we them?
Yes, they are. As individuals, they are just like everybody else. Come here, boy. Coach X. Come here. Come here, buddy. Hey, thank you, brother. Excuse me.
No, you're fine. If you get loud, the dog gets loud. So stay cool. Stay cool.
What you say? If you get loud, then what?
Yeah, the dog get loud.
Oh, I see. That's experience right there. That's something they don't teach you in school.
I knew though.
I'm sorry to
They
interrupt you.
don't teach in school.
Where were we?
So it's just, my place, it's going to take the position of somebody, because I'm going to bring them to their knees with the truth. And when they finally have no choice but to be responsible for it,
Yeah.
yes, they will all be individuals, because God going to judge them individually, not as a whole, as they front. You know what I mean? But I'll deal with them as a whole. I'm not God. I'm not going to judge them. So I keep them just like they come, as a whole. And when they step out of their hole and become an individual, it'll be because they recognize God in my eyes. If I witness them walking with God, they'll step outside of that. And they're going to have to. Because anybody who don't remains a part of it. And as long as they're a part of it, they'll be treated just like the whole.
Which way do you see yourself going? Like, which way you think you could have the best impact, of your intentions?
Alone. Solo. Because that way, the less people they got to target. Because they like to associate people. So the most effect is to expose them for where they at who they are, what they do, what they really are, versus the protection and service they promote. Expose them for who they are, what they are, and then show them exactly how they react to the truth when it comes to them.
Can we give them some good credit for anything?
I'm sure somebody can.
I understood. You say you have been in prison, I heard.
I've been in prison for 4 years.
For how long?
Man, time after time after time, added up, quite some time, but never long at one point for one stay.
Mm-hmm.
Never no extended periods for one stay. But over the years, over half my life.
Let's please talk about it because there is probably a lot to say.
It's easy, simple too. It's always been them disagreeing with what I choose to do to survive. And them not having a right per se, as much as they choose to act. You know, they don't have as much right as they push to do what they do against other people's will, no matter what they say. Because under God, which is the true law, they fall under the law just like everybody else. It's not they way or the highway. It's the true way or the highway. They don't got the commandments in their system. They don't follow the precepts.
Just nothing physical, nothing.
I mean,
Everything legal.
I mean, where's the weight? Where's the truth? How you gonna render somebody guilty or innocent if you're going in backwards from the beginning? You have no understanding of anything concerning the people, just your way. Because that's what you're doing. You're telling people they're guilty until proven innocent.
Yes.
That's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
That's backwards. That's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not the way God, the true judge, has it. God makes you innocent until you're proven guilty. And under God, that's why they still standing.
I see.
And see, they don't allow the rest of us to see that concept. Because in that concept, they're not as strong as they should be, or as they think they are. They strong only because we allow them to be strong. You eliminate the bullets and all of the gadgets, the toys, they just like us. And you don't even have to eliminate them either. But that's on another subject. I don't want to be known to give out ways of doing harm.
No, God forbid.
So
me too.
let me refrain from going any further on the subject. However, they're not as invincible as they seem.
Oh yeah, nobody is. But what I mean is, I would like to tell you if you allow me to, like in England, they have all they have is a long rubber baton, like that's all they have as gadgets and tools. No automatics, no nothings, you know.
Yeah. But they can be dealt with. Everybody can. Anybody can.
Do you know what's
Even
the best
them.
martial art?
Mm.
What's the best martial art?
Well, it's a matter of opinion, but Taekwondo, as far as I'm concerned.
A bullet.
Yeah. But then when you get on God, when you got God on your team, don't take more than a bullet.
Yes, but
Don't
if
take a warlock.
if
Don't
we're
take a magician.
if we are all part of one, then going back and forth with killing each other is never gonna end anything.
And never. When all a man is doing is trying to conquer himself. When we get over that finally, because we will, trust. You know, there's gonna be one more war that's gonna be crucial. And it's gonna be the race war. And not the race war, the holy war.
How about the race war? Do you think
The race war, if another one happens, it's not gonna go nowhere very far at all.
It's just gonna be a little
Because
killing,
it's
a
only
lot of
promoted
killing.
in the jails.
Oh,
They
I
don't.
see.
We don't.
People
People don't give a fuck about that shit.
I think we're
They
good.
create
Look,
that
look,
issue.
Look, we're good.
You know what I
See?
mean?
We're good here.
Of course. Always. Feel
Always.
me? I wish somebody would come up to over here talking about what they finna do to you because you white. I show them what the problem is with black people. We unruly. We don't give a fuck what color you are. You understand?
Yes.
If you on our team, you on our team. And if you're on our team, a motherfucker of my color gonna have to go through me first to get to you. It's just that simple.
I'm on your team. All the black faces now to me look like this face.
That's good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's positive.
It really is, honestly.
If it ain't
I'm
positive,
grateful.
keep it to yourself. Because just like racism, you got to promote that, self-promoted, in order for it to live. It's got to be promoted. Otherwise, it don't exist.
You know, I've been paying attention to this Russian-Ukraine war, and the politics in there for the soldiers to stay awake for 5 years in a row and be able to shoot is like they develop an ideology to just for the population itself that they are super awesome, and then God is with them, and then they have the right to kill or so on. And like you said, the racism has to be, what did you say? It has to be promoted.
Right. Racism has to be promoted by an individual. Only one individual can uphold it at a time. Because as a whole, it don't work. Each individual, it can only be done as groups. And that's a group is a crowd of individuals. You know what I mean? And they can get up to one chord, but they can't racism don't exist without help. It's got to be upheld. It's got to be promoted. Otherwise, it dies. You know what I mean? As simple as that.
What was some very bad instances of the racist interaction in prisons you had?
A riot.
One against race, another?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just it was easy to find your enemy?
Well, it wasn't easy for me to find my enemy. I let my enemies come to me versus go out to them. Because like I tell them from the beginning,
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with you. So, and being under what I'm under, you know, you have to attack me first before I can be rightful in doing what I'm gonna do to you. Because it's gonna get done. But if I do it before, if I start doing it before you attack me, I'm wrong.
You're in the wrong, yes. So which way do you fight? Do you have a fighting style, or you just go for the eyes and what's organs? What's?
Nope, I just take the opening.
Excuse me?
I take the opening.
What is that?
The opening meaning I take the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
If you present an opening, that's where I'm gonna hit. Nowhere particular. It's not a thought
I see.
process. It just comes. You know what I mean? It could be anything, anywhere. And my thing is to be able and capable and ready at from any position, and not just standing position or specific position. I don't have to take a form in order for me to be ready to fight. I want to be able to go from 0 to 100 at any given time from any position. And that's kind of hard to do. It's like having it's a form of relaxation. But being a form of relaxed readiness, if I might venture that. Does that make kind of sense? Because even from this sitting position, I will be able to defend myself and attack.
Can you please restart this quick? I like that you are in shape, man. When I grow up, I want to be like you, like that. But if you go on a rampage, I don't want to be near you.
I don't want to be near my damn self. I don't want those. On the real. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
We closing here?
By the grace of God. Only.
I wanted to close it at I knew the poems were gonna be good. I wanted to close it there, but there is more questions, you know. But I appreciate you for your time, and thank you very much for sharing.
Problem. Hey, God bless you, bro.
God bless you, bro.
For your time too.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you sharing, bro.
Thank you, sir.
God bless.
Appreciate you too, man. Yeah.
Boy, Coach Egg.
6 months, right?
5.
5 months.
Well, give me that.
Coach.
Get that out your mouth. Just, oh boy. I apologize.
That's okay.
Just business.
Yeah, so what happened was somebody called 911 because you guys are blocking the alleyway. So again, we just came to give you guys a heads up that we usually come out before the police do, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on. Definitely recommend if you can find a place that's out of the way where you're not blocking the alley, that would probably be ideal, okay? But again, you know, we just come out to see if you guys are okay, and then just kind of give you a heads up that we did get a call from LAPD, okay? All right.
Can I ask you? I think it was the dog. I think it was the dog that was
You
blocking.
think it was the dog? He's a good guy, huh? He does his job, takes care of you guys.
Oh yeah. Actually, he's
That's
security.
a good dog.
Now we question if we move a little bit down that way, where there's.
So honestly, it was them that called.
Yeah.
Because they said that they can hear voices back.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It was the neighbor.
We were actually praying together, so we were a little louder.
Okay.
Hey, we all need prayer, right? But again, we're not here to
Yeah.
hassle you guys. We
I
just
need
wanna-
wine.
We just want to let you guys know, you know, that somebody
need
did
wine.
call.
There you go.
So usually we come out and most people kind of understand, but if anything, if they do get another call, the police might come out. Okay?
Hey, Black, I got some
just we
cookies
just come out to let you know. Okay?
May I ask you just one question?
Yes, sir.
I live in New York and I passed by this area for a few days and I'm just shocked, not shocked, but let me not go deep. The situation, the homeless situation. Do you see any solution, any betterment, any way?
It's really up to the individual. There's actually shelters that you can go to that will provide housing for you, but it is a process. It's not easy. Because a lot of them, when you go in, you have to go through the process. It's called an intake process. And then over time, they'll assign you a caseworker. And then the caseworker will sit down with you and figure out what your needs are. And then they'll try to help you achieve that. But it is a long-term process. A lot of people don't like to go to the shelters because they're limited in space. So you can't bring everything with you. Usually you're allowed limited stuff that you can bring with you. If you'd like, we can give you some resource pamphlets that have the locations and phone numbers you can call if you want to ask questions.
Yes.
Because they have different criteria for you to be able to come in. There are some places that do take pets, but normally it's a place they call interim housing. So what they do is they'll find an interim housing site for you where you can go and live. Basically, you'll be there for the long term until you can get everything situated. But those places, like I said, you have to call and find out when there's bed availability. And once they have an availability, you have to be there so they can do the intake for you. But it is a bit of a process.
How about you personally? Do you have any ideas you personally that you were thinking?
Not at the moment. I mean, most of the places that we typically will offer people are in downtown LA. Which
No,
isn't the
not
best
places.
location.
Like ideas personally to change this
To
situation.
change the thing, it's unfortunately there is no one solution to it. It's a lot of different things that are going on. Not just the cost of living. Not just the cost of living, but it's just availability for resources. A lot of people, unfortunately, do have substance use issues. So it's them helping them to work through those issues, and then trying to get them stable enough so that they can actually either go out and find a job,
Can I say something real quick?
or they can.
All
find
the
some
open
service.
lots that we have out here in LA. Why can't they let someone build little cottages, little small houses, pop houses, is what I call them back home, and let the homeless live in them on these lots that's not being used. And these houses being demoed that don't need to be demoed.
I agree.
We go in there and we just take a mildew out. We just do a overhaul, a demo, not a demo, but just a refurbish.
And see, the problem with that is that number one, there are some sites that have the small houses, but they're limited space. So ultimately, those typically fill up pretty quick. The other thing is that a lot of that requires money. The property owners typically aren't going to pay for that.
No.
And unfortunately, there are some instances where the city has come in, and a lot of it has to do with like the old motels where they were like doing a lot of drug dealing, that type of stuff. So those motels were actually taken over by the city. And from my understanding, I believe it's all part of the mayor's home key plan.
What do you think about the barter system? Do you think they would barter with the land? You think we could go back?
I mean,
go back to the barter system?
that's something that has to be addressed by the elected officials.
Yeah,
because
right.
Honestly, it all comes down to money.
Yes.
The homeless problem isn't something that you could just continue to throw money at, and it doesn't solve itself. It does require cooperation and commitment from the individuals that are in need of the housing. But a lot of the people also that are still on the street, they're what we call service resistant. they want to just live. They want to be left alone. They don't want any of that.
I agree,
And so
100%.
and that's something we encounter. And for the most part, we respect that. At the end of the day, it is their prerogative. We live in a society in this country where you have the right to do what you want, as long as you're not hurting somebody. So that's why a lot of times we'll come in. We're not going to forcibly remove somebody. That's not the goal. The goal is to try to educate people. If somebody requests services, we try to provide some resource information for them, or try to locate something for them, depending on what their needs are. But everybody's needs are different. You know, what you may want for help, he may not want for help. So people have to learn that, or the system has to be able to adjust and offer, you know, customized services to that individual in order to be successful.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yes,
Live it more
sir.
simple in life.
Exactly. And I think that's what everybody wants at the end of the day. Unfortunately, with the cost of living and the way things are, especially here in California, or in LA specifically.
You know what most cities have, most places have, most countries, whatever? Too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
And you know what? You know, honestly, one of the things that I've encountered just doing even this job is the majority of the people that are here that are homeless are from out of state. Because a lot of other cities and other states, they don't have services for folks.
No, hell no, they don't
So-
want. In our town, you ain't gonna have no tent on the street.
A lot of times, honestly, they'll tell them, go to LA, go to California, they'll help you. And so
LA
what
is
it-
great
yeah.
like that.
And so what it does is it's great because people have a place to go, you know, and LA welcomes them in, but it also puts stress on our resources here. So the resources now that we're spread thin. for
Well, the
people that are
resources
here.
kind of get their ideas
Yeah.
from the homeless.
Well, of course,
So,
of course,
I mean,
of course.
you know, the homeless
But-
are out
but-
here
but the
in the
idea-
streets and being
yeah.
watched the whole
But
time.
the idea is the resources are there.
Well, everything's an idea at first. It starts with an idea.
Yeah.
An
So if
idea
it
is
starts with an
like-
idea, it's created by an idea, right?
Exactly.
So the idea
But
is theirs.
But now you have to factor in the cost of implementing that idea, and how do you make it work?
Well, that's where the rich boys come in.
Come on
and
now.
they shell them out damn money, and mom and dad done shit down to them with a
That's
silver
right.
spoon in their fucking mouth. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So the thing is about me, hell, I've been building houses all my life. I was in the
Okay.
United States Army. So
Oh, nice.
and living out on the streets don't bother me
Yeah.
at all, because I'm from Alabama too. So
Okay.
I mean, this is just me.
You know they do have. Have you ever been to the VA campus over in West LA?
I don't need it. I feel like I'm 25 years old.
All right, come on now.
I'm good to go.
I know.
Yeah.
But you know they do have a small house, tiny house village. You can go. It's a first come first serve. I think every day about 2:30.
I want to build them.
So
I want the lots to build all the time.
That
now.
might be a place.
And
where you
I
can
want to
connect.
barter with them with something.
That might be a place where you can connect at least that idea and see if there's anybody that can help.
So
you
he's
make
got
that
it on
happen.
film now. Put this
Come on
straight
now.
all over LA. There, look, I'll make you something. I'll make you something that shines. If you give me the lots to build for the homeless.
All right, gentlemen. We got
Can
another
I
call.
please just ask you last question?
Yes,
What's
sir.
your name, please?
My name is Victor.
Mr. Victor, can you please run for any elected official, please?
I wish I'm not that smart, sir, but
It's not about being
It
smart, it's
ain't
about
being
you
smart, it's about being a
care.
man.
My-
Junior.
my heart-
like what y'all doing right now.
my heart is out here helping folks like you guys.
Not coming and just.
Unfortunately, I've been there. I know too many people who have, and at the end of the day, it's just about treating people with respect. That's all.
I wasn't tripping. I know what
So
happened.
you guys take care of yourself, please. Just keep in mind.
And I have to ask you too, lady, you cannot just escape like that.
I'm here. Yes.
So yeah, so just keep in mind.
Yes, of course.
How are you so pretty? What's your
Oh,
secret?
thank you. What's my what?
Your secret?
Am I? Man, I don't have a secret.
You don't have a, just being you?
Just being me. Just being me. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So how's your job? What they take on it?
Same thing. Same thing. I'm
How you-
here.
how you
I'm
like
here
it?
to help. You know, like he said, if you want the help, we're here to help. You know, depending on what resources available and the availability, of course.
How about women and men? How are women treated? Is there any
They're separated. They're separated.
there's resources for
There's
them?
resources for women and men. It depends. Seniors,
Oh, they take my stuff out of
seniors, vets. Yeah, just depending. There's families. It's there's a little bit of everything.
Any plans to run for any place?
Not anytime soon, at least.
I mean, you look like it looks like you care, you know.
I do. Of course I do. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I appreciate for your time. So
We'll
thank you, guys.
let dispatch know that you guys agreed to relocate. We don't know when, but you guys will. Just
Yeah,
kind of
it'll be sometime tomorrow.
but just keep in mind. I mean, there's people, so just kind of be mindful of that, and that way you guys don't have to be dealing with them calling on you guys. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. You guys be safe. Okay?
All right, y'all.
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank
You
you.
guys have a good one.
Let's see what we got. Do you need a sweater?
I need anything you can let go of.
All
On the
right.
real.
So
I appreciate it. I need a
Y'all
tent
can get
for
a
real.
tent? Yeah.
You got any tents?
No, I wish.
I know
You
where
got
I can
blankets?
tell you what.
Blankets to
Hey,
break
I
person.
know where the hell the tarp is though. Now you
I'm thinking about going to game.
Okay, so here, I'm gonna give you.
Okay, electricity.
No.
I need to get it. It's going to be a band. It's got electricity and water.
I know
All right, do you fit in a spa? I hope
That's
so.
cool. I'm a little nigga. I'm a little nigga.
Okay, so we got. You want the extra large or small?
Thank you.
already
You're welcome, thank you, bro. Here you go. Oh my God, that's for Germany.
Extra large.
Thank you.
Germany World Cup.
Yes.
Very much.
my brother.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate
There's
that,
some
y'all.
gloves. I'll put these there for him, okay?
Thank you.
I heard sweating is good. It's good for your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps me.
Okay.
I'll see you for it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys very much.
Stay golden. Yes. Thank you. Stay awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Alcott Center.